Hey, Michael, Digital T-Shirt Shop. This is Michael, Digital T-Shirt Shop.com. Hey, so I guess the thing is, can I make this video shorter? I made one just a few minutes ago, and I was like, who's gonna watch this? It's super long. Um, so I'm gonna give you the brief version of it. It's a vlog post. I'm gonna try to trim it down to 5 or 10 minutes. I think the last one was like 25 or 30 minutes. Why is somebody going to watch that? So let's see, I guess recap what I'm going to talk about. How's digitaltshirtshop.com doing? A startup. I want to talk about startup. I want to thank people that I know who have served our country. God, I know a lot of them, but primarily my family. It is Memorial Day, May 29th. We've been in business now for 4 months. 4 months, and we've not made a penny. So let's talk about some of this. So 4 months, we haven't made a penny. We have spent money. We have actually sold product, but after everything's paid, we haven't made anything. We're in the hole. Uh, we're still determined, though. Determined to be successful. We gotta find that product that everybody can't live without, and sell a whole bunch of them. We're still still searching on that. It makes me think again. People start a business because they've got an idea or they've got a talent. Um, and people buy into franchises. You buy a franchise because you don't have to think of the system and you don't have to put it together and you don't have to reinvent the brand in order to make your product successful. I go and I buy a Subway franchise, and Subway's got the model all together. I give them the franchise fee, and they help me do the build out and pick up location and buy the equipment, and then I start following their system. And their system would make me successful, ideally. Maybe not in every case, but more than often, you're going to pick a location with their help, and you're going to have their system, and it's going to work to a degree. Whether that's a Subway or a Wendy's or a whatever. Um, if I start a product or a brand that nobody has ever heard of before, I got to sell that brand. And oftentimes it's me they're buying just as much as the product that they're buying. I'm in Utah Valley, which is the Provo-Orem area of Utah. I'm just a little bit north of them in a little town nestled a little bit north of them. And we're the multi-level marketing capital of the world in Utah Valley. There are a lot of multi-level marketing companies that have started in Utah, from New Skin to Nature Sunshine to Zango to New Ways to, I don't know, I can't think of all of them, but there are a lot. It seems as though every so often there's a new multi-level marketing company that comes out of Utah. So, and a lot of them start in Utah Valley, where I'm at. So, we like to also call Happy Valley. So, I guess people are happy here. I don't know. So, anyways, a lot of them been really successful. I mean, there's some really really wealthy people around here who have been involved with and started and been on the ground floor of some of these multi-level marketing businesses. Well, multi-level marketing, I've determined, is not for me. I can't go out and sell it like somebody else can. So I decided to start my own businesses. I've got a goal. I'm going to start 12 of them. I'm on kind of the 3-4 variation. It's kind of somewhere in there, because I figure I'm going to start enough businesses, I'll be successful at some point. So I'll find one that works. And if you think of the statistics on businesses, that you have, I don't know, 8 out of 10 fail within the first year or two. Odds really are against me. That I've got to really put in some hustle in order to make something really work. But like with digitaltshirtshop.com, I've got a brand that nobody's ever heard of before. I gotta get that brand out there. People gotta learn about it. People gotta find it. People gotta see what I'm doing and like it, and before anybody's gonna buy it, because nobody's gonna be looking for it. Who's out there typing digitaltshirtshop.com? Nobody. Really, honestly, nobody. That's one of the reasons why we put our site on Etsy, is because that will get in Amazon, is it'll give us a location for people to find us. Otherwise, could potentially have been waiting additional months in order to draw people into my website, or had a whole bunch of additional capital to have to spend in advertising to draw people to digitaltshirtshop.com in order to generate sales. That's not something that we wanted to do. We're trying to keep our costs to a minimum, but at the same time, with the no capital that we have and running a relatively small loss, even though it's a loss, we haven't made a penny. We're in the hole a couple $100. Trying to run it without investing, great amounts of capital into it. And most families that start a business or decide to start a business from home may not have capital in order to start that business and get the name recognition and branding and things they need in order to generate the sales. So a lot of this is just showing people what it's like to jump through all those hoops and try to start and run that business without all that capital and without the brand recognition and without the customer base and all those things. How long does it take for us to become successful? What are we doing to make it successful? And we're seeing over time. And right now it's taken at least 4 months. We still haven't gotten there. The goal is to hit 20 shirts a day. If I can hit 20 shirts a day, so this example that we're looking at, if I could hit 20 shirts a day based on the prices that I'm selling my shirts at, I potentially would not have to have a job, a day job. You think about the number of hours that somebody puts into their day job to make whatever that income is, and they decide at some point, I'm not making enough money to live the lifestyle that I want to live, or I'm not making enough money to pay my bills, to live in my house, or put food on the table, or whatever the case may be. I've got to go get a second job, or I need to start a business and see if I can generate some additional income. And whatever, families could be in any of those places. But I figured, based on my profit margins, if I sold 20 shirts a day, I probably would not have to even work another job. I'd make enough money that this could be my job. That's a lot of t-shirts to sell. If we're averaging 1 to 2 a day as it is right now, that's 10 to 20 times that many. I don't think it's impossible, but we've really got to put in some hustle to make that happen, and we got to probably have some miracles happen as well. Some things really need to go our way in order to make that happen also, but I think it can still happen. I feel as though I am determined enough that it will happen. So but it should give everybody who watches and follows digitaltshirtshop.com a real good example of, you can look from our first video on through our videos and figure out where, and what we did and how long it took to actually offset, the revenue versus expenses, and actually make a profit, and even potentially supplement or replace an income. In my case, I want my wife to be able to stay home and not have to work. So I have been really determined to start businesses to generate enough income that she will not have to work. And other families may be the same way. It may be a family that has medical expenses or an illness in the family that require a lot more income, that they may need to have a business or do something like that in order to supplement that, to be able to pay for those bills. There may have been, tragedy. There may have been, there could have been anything, that somebody may need to do this. And it may even just be, I want to be successful. what do I need to do to be successful? What do I need to expect? And I was actually kind of thinking about this earlier. If I've spent 2 hours a day on this for the last 4 months, that's 240 hours. 240 hours that I've put into this business. If I was working 40 hours a week, 40 hours a week for a month, 4 months, it's 160 hours. That's a full-time job for a whole month. If it had been 3 hours a day, which I think is probably closer to that what I've averaged, you're looking at 320 hours. That's nearly 2 months of full-time work that I've put into this business and have not made a dime off of it. I haven't made anything, because as you've looked at the, as you've seen the financials, because I'm sharing the financials with you, we're not making money still. We still have to get out of the hole from the January and February, months that we've had. And once we overcome those previous losses, we're still incurring additional expenses every single month. It takes more shirts to sell to overcome those fixed and variable costs to the point that we're actually making a profit. So, that's a lot of time for somebody to put into something and not make any money. And oftentimes, when you look at a new business or a startup, there are people who put in that type of time into a business, and even any income or money coming in, going back into the business to keep growing and growing and growing that business until it's profitable. And sometimes those are the sacrifices that need to be made in order to make it successful. And in this case with Digital T-Shirt Shop, that's kind of what it's taking. But anyways, that's kind of beside the point. So those are just kind of a few of the musings that I have today. Memorial Day 2018, 4 months in business with DigitalTshirtShop.com, trying to hit 20 shirts a day within the next 8 months. So we'll see what happens. Again, Memorial Day, want to thank those people that I know who have served. We've got lots of neighbors and friends that have served, and then also family. My brother, Billy, served in the U.S. Air Force and Army. My father served in the U.S. Air Force. My father-in-law, Bob, in the U.S. Navy. My grandfather, Pritis, served in the Air Force. My wife's grandfather, Walker, served in the Army. My wife's grandfather, Pierce, served in the Navy. So, lots of family members over time that have served. We've been very grateful and very fortunate to not have lost a family member in service, but have had quite a few serve, and we're grateful for their service to this wonderful country. Grateful for the freedoms we have because of them, and for all the others who have served, and especially to those who have paid the ultimate price, and to them and their families. So, thank you. If you like what you're hearing on DigitalTshirtShop.com, please subscribe. Just a little reminder, put those words together. Digital T-Shirt Shop, no spaces. It's going to make it a lot easier to find us on Etsy, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even on a Google search, Digital T-Shirt Shop. Digital T-Shirt Shop without any spaces. Digital is not very unique, nor is T-shirt, and digital T-shirt printing is not unique either. So, but you put the three words together without any spaces, and it's going to make it unique enough to find it. So, hope that you find us, you like us, you follow us, and we'll talk to you later. Keep you up to date on our success, and will we reach T-shirt glory? 20 shirts a day average. We'll see.